Hello everyone, this is Supersnoopy here, back with another Star Wars Republic video. Today I have for you guys another Star Wars Republic discussion video. In today's discussion video, I'm just going to be talking about the lack of communication and where it, comes from in the game and where it actually, kind of exists overall, not only on the website, but also the in-game chat and all of that different stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this Star Wars Republic discussion video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want tonight's gaming glasses, then check the link down below. No scope gaming glasses, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the discussion. Alrighty guys, let's get into the video right now. So as you know, in Star Wars Republic, there recently has been a huge lack of communication when it comes down to the developers to the players. Now honestly, this is something I kind of want to talk about for quite a bit, but I feel like the time is right now, since we really haven't seen, too much communication when it comes down to the developers to the players, and what we can see in the upcoming future for the game. Now, as you know, normally, Bioware would constantly release these updates on the forums, mainly, and SWTOR.com, where they talk about a bunch of different posts, a bunch of different things that they want to talk about when it actually came down to the game. And it seems like that started to, disappear very slowly. Now, not gonna lie, originally I thought of it as almost nothing, but it seems like we've gotten to the point where we haven't really seen too many updates from Bioware itself when it comes down to anything when it comes down to the game. I mean, when you look at the forums, it seems like the only things we normally see when it comes down to dev communication is, of course, the forum posts that they usually do every now and then to respond to people. But even then, sometimes it doesn't even give enough information. It basically just says, wait for something else or something's coming soon, which is a bit annoying at times, not gonna lie. But yeah, I feel like it would be a lot better for Bioware just to go ahead and, release these posts more often about them basically talking about what they want to change for the game and get some user feedback. Because, I mean, it would be a lot better to go ahead and have user feedback for the stuff like operations and flashpoints and PvP, rather than just leaving it down to just Twitter posts about, which companion's the best or which one's the least favorite or whatnot. Because, I mean, I can understand that they do want to appeal to the, the casual audience that plays for the story and whatnot. Once again, I mean, a lot of people that play the game also really like the PvP and, of course, the operations and endgame and whatnot. And I feel like just by, not really discussing too much of stuff along the lines of that, it's really starting to kill, their base or their actual, base core of, all the subscribers that actually do that said content. But yeah, as you know, the PvP community, the operations community, and the people that just usually do flashpoints are a big part of Star Wars Republic, and just by, not really releasing any updates or not even communicating about, what a developer is doing or what they're talking about when it comes down to, the Old Republic, their game, it just kind of slowly kills it in a way, because I feel like the lack of communication is really starting to build up at this point, because we don't really get too many updates. The only updates we usually get from the developers is usually just when a patch is coming out, and even then patches don't happen that often anymore compared to, what it used to be. And it kind of sucks, because once again, I really do enjoy this game, but at the same time there are still some flaws with the game that are starting to, arise. And the main one, of course, is the lack of communication, because I mean, if they do have a lack of communication, that's gonna also kill down the content, because once again, I mean, without communication, you can't really see exactly what the players want. And as you've seen, or actually as you can tell on the forums, if you just simply look at them, it's just that, making new operations, making new PvP war zones. Now I know they announced a war zone at a later date, but once again, I mean, they didn't even say that in an official post. They just said that in one of the forum posts, just when someone asked something about it. So that's also a problem, because I mean, if you're gonna announce something like that, you would think that you would, put it in something where everyone can see, so then it can bring players back, rather than just having it just out there on the dev tracker. Because I mean, not many people do honestly check the dev tracker. Most people just check, when they click community, they just check to see the recent news, which if you just simply check recent news as well, not really any of the news is too recent. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing that it's come to the point where, I have to make a video on this. I just feel like it's really, disappointing that we're starting to see a huge lack of communication. And I think that's kind of the problem, the main source of the problem when it comes down to the game. Because I mean, I think the problem is they're just simply, looking at different audiences, but they aren't looking at the ones that, some people like, as in some people like to see the different operations and flashpoints in PvP and all that stuff, but I feel like they're just looking at the casual audience, that people, or the people that just, you know, only like the story, or maybe do a flashpoint every now and then, nothing really else, or nothing else, and that just kind of, you know, ruins it, since they're doing those polls, and those work out pretty well, and then they just get different feedback, whereas the players that want to do operations, PvP, and all that other stuff, they are kind of like left sitting in the dust, since, you know, Bioware isn't even seeing any of that post. I mean, they likely see them, but I feel like they don't address them, like, at all, which is the main problem. Because, I mean, if they address, like, you know, hey guys, we're working on operations, or they're just letting you know, like, we aren't working on this right now, and just saying all that different stuff, it would help a lot more, rather than just, you know, staying in the dark, not even saying anything at all, and basically having people, you know, guess when the next thing's gonna release. So I mean, that is just really bad, and having poor communication can really end up costing a game and basically killing it off. And I don't want that to happen to Star Wars: The Old Republic, but clearly this needs to be fixed eventually, and hopefully people can start to realize that, is that the lack of communication is going to be the big downfall of the game if it doesn't start soon. Because, I mean, if we start to see this too often, where we only get the Knights of the Fallen Empire chapters and almost nothing else, that's basically going to be really disappointing, since we're not going to see too much communication, and that's going to really kill off these subscribers that want to play the game. Now, I mean, after a while, I mean, it's not going to really kill off the subscribers that, you know, play casually, or just want to join the game just to play to see what it's like. But I mean, the players that constantly play it all the time, including myself, you know, play the game and enjoy it a lot, it's really going to kind of put them off, and it really kind of sucks, because, I mean, just by not releasing almost any content, it comes down to, you know, just trying to see what we can do with the older content, which is a bit disappointing. And it just seems like this is kind of a video just to, you know, maybe let Bioware know. It's pretty likely that they won't see this, but I feel like it's good to, you know, let the players know exactly, some people that watch my channel, know what my view is on it, because I feel like it is a problem, and it can turn around very easily. I just feel like they need better communication, because, I mean, the communication goes also with the content, because, I mean, if there isn't good communication, then the developers aren't going to likely know exactly what to do. And by not having good communication, when it comes down to the actual player base and all the different areas of it, it's just going to really slow down the game, slow down the production value, just slow down everything, and it's going to be really bad. So my one tip to Bioware would be to, you know, start some more communication, just see exactly what they can do with the game, just try to fix it up, rather than just, you know, releasing a bunch of polls about which campaign is the best, because that's not going to really help the game content-wise. I feel like it's going to still, you know, it does interact. I guess say it is good for interactions, just, you know, just show that, you know, the actual, you know, the official Twitter for Star Wars: The Old Republic shows that the people that are actually working on the game, you know, they still like the game and they still want to, you know, focus on it, but once again, they aren't really showing that for different aspects of the game. And I feel like it would be really good for them to, you know, make a dev post and address that, because that would honestly help everyone. And I feel like everyone else would be pretty happy by that, so we could start to see the different content that would be releasing. Maybe later, who knows, but that's all I really want to talk about in this quick little discussion video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Star Wars: The Old Republic discussion video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.